Hey guys, happy Thursday. I got back from my second interview like an hour ago. I started doing dishes, but like my mind is racing, so I was like, okay, just because I was gonna wait until they said that they have two more people to do the second interview with today, and then they would know by tonight and then call one of us in the morning tomorrow or tomorrow sometime. So I don't know. I was like, just wait for tomorrow. But I freaking can't. I'm freaking out, and I'm like trying not to freak out, which is why I'm hoping to talk out my. It's just like job interviews are so. It's like it's a combination of like speed dating and regular dating because you're meeting up with one or two people, sometimes more, one to two times, usually two, and you're just feeling each other out. And I mean, unless you're like just kind of desperate for anything and you have really no preferences, you want the job. Like I am only applying to jobs because I have, and I'm so thankful to have the opportunity to be somewhat picky. And that's just smart anyway. Like, why would you want to apply to jobs where, like, you kind of know you wouldn't like it or whatever? The clientele, blah, blah, blah. Even the products just don't mesh with you. So, yeah, I like the last job, but I think even more so, although I didn't get, like, this. Did I get the second interview on the second one? On that last one? I don't know. I can't remember. But I didn't get the walkthrough, so I don't exactly know what I was stepping into, but I think it was just shipping and receiving. And this job, as I said in my last video, is a job that is something I experienced in my past, in my early 20s, literally at 20. And I fucking only left that job because I moved like an idiot. Just, I need to be grown up girl and I need to move from my hometown, even though my job is good. It was the relationship. I'm sure it was the relationship. I feel like a lot of people do that, like especially with their like first relationship. They're just like, when things start to go kind of sour, you're just like, oh, it's not us, it's where we are physically. So you move and then you realize, oh shit, it wasn't the physical location, it was our emotional connection. So you break up in a city, state, whatever, that you don't fucking know jack shit about. You're completely, it's just, it was, I don't know, like, I told these people, like, I had this job, or something very, very similar to it. I let it go because I had to be a big girl and it was a big mistake, and I've literally been looking for this job ever since. Like literally 17 years later, I have finally gotten to this point where I'm not begging, but I don't know. Interviews went fine. I think I interview well for the most part. But it's, like, relationships with people, it's like if they don't want you, like there's no reason to get mad, if they end up not choosing you, not reciprocating your interest. It's fine. Like it's just information that you just have to roll with, and life goes on. And I don't know, it's just to be so close. Like I looked at like where I would be working, and it was just like, man, it's literally like the job. It's the job I've been chasing for so long. I mean, not actively, but because I kind of, it's a very niche job, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know. I really, really hope I get it. Like, it would be so cool. It's Monday through Friday, which is something that I feel like is kind of rare to get, especially like when you first join a company. Like, you usually get stuck with the weekend shifts and just the bad ones. But this one, it's like, no, it's 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. OT if you want it, anytime you want it. Like, hardly ever is it going to be required, but it's always there if you need it. Like, that's amazing. I don't know. I just, oh my God. It's so, waiting is the hardest part. Is that a song? I'm sure it is. Like, I got there today. Interview was at 10. I got there at 9:50 because if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late, bitch. And, yeah, and then they were running behind and they didn't even get to me until 10:10. So I fucking sat for so long, just so nervous. No phone on me, because don't bring your phone to an interview, even the waiting room. No. So yeah, and now it, now it's just like, okay, just got about 24 hours to wait. Ah. But yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I'm just telling myself, like, because, manifestation vibes is like, oh yeah, I got it. They're going to call me back tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to start. It's going to be so cool. Like, oh, I love it. A little computer by myself, just being efficient, getting shit done. Like, hands off, unless I want to work, which I would, like, if my boyfriend had to work. Sometimes he has to work weekends. Not too often, but every now and then. I don't know. I just, like, I'm going insano braino, but it's like I'm hyping myself up for, the no. I'm expecting the yes, but I'm hyping myself up for the no. Just like logically, it's like, dude, like, it's fine. Like, it's fine if it doesn't happen. It's fine if it's a no. Like, that just means there's something else better, more suited. And, it's like, it's weird because, like, like a lot of people truly believe that you can never go back to, like, a job, a town, a relationship. But I think there are exceptions, like when you realize you made a mistake. And there's no shame in making mistakes, but there's definitely something to be said about realizing when you've made a mistake and being mature enough to just try again. I don't know. All you can do is fucking try. And it's funny, like, I want this so bad, but, like, I'll be like, God, I hope, like, the two other people, like, just really rub them the wrong way or something. Like, I don't know, but it's like, no, like, I don't even want my competition to fuck up. I don't want them to be bad people. I just want to be picked. Like, I just want, it's, because it's tough. Like, when you, right now, I don't know, like, maybe you don't see it if you're not looking for a job, but, like, I feel like, these phones, they know exactly what we're going through. And I guess, like, my boyfriend's feed, which is mostly what we watch on the TV, like, his, he's not looking for a job, but maybe it's not, it's to say, like, everybody's feed right now is kind of saying, like, hey, job market is really tough, and everybody's looking for a job, and, all those people that took part in the great resignation are really struggling right now to find a job. And, like, there's people posting that, like, they have applied to hundreds, if not literally thousands of jobs with no luck. So I'm acutely aware of a lot of people's lived experience, and I don't want to negate it, but that's one thing that's one reason why I hope I get this job, because if I do, then I can let you guys know, and I feel like it would be a nice thing to hear if you are also looking for a job, to know that, like, it's not as dire. It doesn't have to be as dire for you. Like, obviously, there's things you can do and things you should do if you're not getting callbacks even. Like, yeah, tweak your resume, write a better cover letter. There's so many resources, and just, you know, learn from your mistakes, because definitely there's a learning curve to interviewing. Like I've already learned a few things where it's just like sometimes you just, for the most part, actually, you just really want to be extremely mindful of the question and not give any extra information, especially like if you're coming from a job that you didn't like I am. Like, I swear to God, my job, it's like a bad relationship. It was a bad breakup, and it really fucked me up, and I feel like if I don't mind myself, I will just, you know, because they always ask, like, why did you leave your last job? And I definitely have to hold back, because no matter how truthful I'm being, straight up, it's like you can't go down that road very far without getting mud on yourself and on your interviewers, and like they don't appreciate that, you know, because they have other people to talk to, and you know, their own lives. And I don't know, I just, my last job did fuck me up, and I am so annoyed with that whole, whatever you want to call, outfit. We'll use that word. It's just, it really did me dirty, and you know, it just adds to the lore of who I am and why I want this job. Like, because it's like they don't want me to move on. They don't want me to just continue living my life. So, you know, they've sabotaged me. I could have gotten a job a long time ago, but no, they were like, nah. And it's just like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. And it's fine, because, you know, whatever happens is meant to happen. But it just, you know, I don't want it to make me bitter in or outside of the conference room. It's just, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, let it go. But I don't know, when you work so hard for a company, and you know, it's just, it is easy to get bitter. Made in the town I used to live in, Bellingham. So cute. Little kombucha town. This was from Geo, $1.99. Incredible deal. And it limits how much kombucha I drink on a daily basis, because I only allow myself to open 1 can a day. For the most part. Like, it's very rare I allow myself 2 fucking special beverages. But if I get like the trilogy brand, you know, like the big glass jar, like a big glass jug thing, whatever, I will drink that in one day, and that's terrible. Although I do feel like, because of my kombucha drinking behaviors, addiction, I haven't gotten sick, and there's definitely something going around. So it's just proactive medicine, man. Oh my God, please. There's nothing I can do at this point. There's nothing I can do. I just have to wait, and I just have to trust, and I just, you know, I sent follow-up emails. You should probably do that if, you know, maybe, I feel like a lot of younger people don't know that, but because I don't know if they're teaching you guys that, and it is just an old-fashioned thing to do, like sending a follow-up email, you know, saying thanks for meeting up with me, really, you know, appreciate your time, and you know, I really am interested in the position. I hope to hear back, da 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 da. yeah, I just, oh my God, I'm literally gonna like, I don't know. I was doing dishes. I think I said that. I was doing dishes and I was just like, I can't even do this. I'm a fucking nervous wreck, but I need to go and do dishes. And I need to just keep my mind busy, my hands busy. And I've said what I need to say. Like, I'm saying all this out loud, in my head, quietly in my head, to the universe. You know, just showing like, hey, you know, like I trust what's gonna happen. I'm trusting the process. But at the same time, if you could put me in that scenario, like that would be amazing. It was so cool because unlike the last company that I applied for, that I also did want, um, this company was clean and organized. I mean, it's busy, but it was clean and organized, and I really fucking like that. Like, I do not want, you know, boxes everywhere, papers everywhere, just, you know, chaos. Like, that's not that, because then I would feel like I have an extra job of organizing, which, you know, depending on it, if that's okay, I may or may not do. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it'd be so fun to write something that went wrong so many, you know, like a whole lifetime ago, basically. Oh my God, that reminds me, so fucking sad. Did you guys know that like over 200 people a day die of fentanyl in the United States? Every day. Every day, 200 people die from fentanyl. Like, bro. And, you know, it's one thing if they're knowingly doing fentanyl, like, that's one thing. You know, still very sad, still very sad. You know, don't ask why the addiction, ask why the pain. But, you know, for a lot of them, it's like they are, you know, getting a Xanax or something, or what they think is a Xanax. And it's fucking, you know, it has this much Xanax in it, but it has 2.5 times what's needed to kill an adult human being. Like, I don't know. I just, you know, drugs are, nothing is simple, right? Drugs are bad, but drugs are also just a part of life. Like, experimenting with your consciousness is a thing that humans have done for millennia, and even some animals do. So, you know, no point in shaming people, but man, like, I feel like we can't do that now. Like, we can't even do that. Like, the only thing we can really experiment with is psychedelics. Like, even cannabis is like laced with that shit now, and it's just like, unless you get it from the store, which, like, I need to make a video on why you shouldn't mess with state sanctioned cannabis. Like, absolutely not, absolutely not. I have a full video I could, with so many points of why you shouldn't. You think it's good, but it's not. The only thing it's going to save you from is fentanyl poisoning. But yeah, I don't know. There's this website, not website, it's a YouTube channel. It's called like Texas Documentaries or something like that. It's weird. You think it was something else, more directly related to fentanyl epidemic, but all they do is they put out video after video of people who have overdosed on that. And it's so sad because so many of them, one, are, I don't think I've seen one person under 30, but for so many of them, it's like they didn't think it was fentanyl. They literally thought it was something else, and it was just, I don't know. There's even this girl who, to be honest, it's like, dude, you're an idiot, and you're kind of, I like, sad for her parents, but like, you're kind of, you've won Darwin's Idiot Award. Like, her and her friend found a bag of like literal straight fentanyl, not even cut with anything, in their college library. Apparently this baggie had been there for like 3 days. And so they finally grab it, take it to their dorm, thinking it was, I don't know what they thought it was, but they took it and they put it on their face. They put the fentanyl on their, they put an unknown substance, 100% fentanyl, on their face, and they died. Put an unknown substance on your face, lady. You're in college, like, but you know, college is not what it used to be. College is literally just boarding school for people who can afford it, generally speaking. It can do great things. I had a great time. Intellectually speaking, I did not party or anything like that. Absolutely not. But, you know, it is, college is what you make it. And those girls, I don't know what they were thinking. It just, their parents must be just, I mean, they were. That's the whole thing. Is like these people's parents just talking about the person. And it's just so sad. And I don't know why I'm getting into this. It's just, it's so weird. Like, if I don't go to the YouTube app, if I go to my browser and I type in YouTube, that profile is totally different from the one on the app. And the one on the browser, it's like, it's just negative stuff, like very sad, real life stuff. Like, it's very real life. And there is some, you know, not like serial killer real life, because that's hardly real. It is, but it's not. Like, serial killers, basically, like all cults and cartels and gangs, lead back to the government. But yeah, it's just, it's real life shit. And I don't know. I don't do anything that would put me in danger of a fentanyl overdose. But it's, you know, it is fascinating because it's literally 200 people a day in this country alone. And like, one of the dads was talking about it. He was just like, you know what, like, it's just so weird, because I remember, I think it was in the 90s, I can't remember what he said, but in the 90s or so, there was somebody who I don't know where they were, probably New York, but I don't know, who went into grocery stores, or, you know, just stores that had Advil in it, Tylenol, and they put bad pills into some of the random Advil packages, and like 5 people died. And it was all over the news. All of the Advil and Tylenol on all the shelves in the country got taken away. Like, there were repercussions on a national level, and awareness is what I'm saying, I guess. And yeah, a lot of people didn't take Advil for a very long time, even though it was, you know, quote unquote, just 5 people who were affected by this crazy person and their actions. But, you know, now we have 200 people a day dying, and a large portion of them are doing other pharmaceuticals, not knowing, you know, the danger of what they could possibly be taking. And it's just, I don't know, it's another thing that I feel is ruined for the younger generations. Like, I think I was trying to say, you know, like, experimenting with your consciousness is normal, but it's another thing that's ruined, because of capitalism, I guess, of just people wanting to, I don't even actually know, like, what is the point of killing so many fucking people with this stuff? Like, and I guess that's why so many people are mad at Mexico, because they blame Mexico for it. But why would they want to do that? Like, they want customers they want repeat customers, right? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's the strangest damn thing. And I'm fascinated by it, because it's a puzzle that, I don't know, I guess you'd think with fentanyl, it seems like they want you to think it's a 4-piece puzzle, where it's like, oh, cartels make it, cartels take it to the US, smuggle it to the US, cartels sell it to Americans, Americans die. But it's like, no, this is a 1,000-piece puzzle, because they're, you know, as I said 5 minutes ago, like, cartels and gangs they can be traced back to governments, whether that be US or otherwise. And most of the time it is the US, because other countries, their government comes back to us because we like to put certain people in charge. Oh, it's just it's wild. And I think, like, the more I watch, the more pieces of the puzzle I get. And again, considering there's 1,000, you know, there's a lot of information there to collect. But, you know, some of these people, especially like the dads, they're the ones that are really asking questions. The mom is, and the dad too, to be honest. They're both they're devastated. But you know, at a certain point you have to ask, like, why did this happen? Like, because so many of these kids are good kids. Like, it's just a really damned shame. And, you know, awareness is one part of the equation, just to know that it's happening, because I don't think people know it's happening, you know. And if and when somebody hears of somebody dying of a fentanyl overdose, they're just like, well, you know, they're very quick to just say, well, you shouldn't mess with drugs, that's what you get. But no, we need detectives out here. And there's, you know, there probably are a few people who have figured out and seen, you know, what the have read between the lines, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's just, it probably just comes down to the fact that they don't want Americans, because Americans are empowered people. Americans at least have the audacity to believe they are free, and thus the gall to you know, raise hell when certain of their inalienable rights are infringed upon. So Americans are, I feel like they have a target on them, even though, you know, we have bad karma. And, you know, on one level, I kind of think, like, man, is this like America's karma for all of the genocide and all of the, you know, terrible things that they've done abroad? Because my God, like, 200 people a day. They have a mom, they have a dad, they usually have a sibling or two, but they, you know, and so they also sometimes have an uncle or two, or an aunt or two, and they have grandparents, and they have cousins. And so the death of one person, especially when it's a very young person at the start of their, you know, maturity, it's like when they die, that's a bomb in a community. Because, yeah, they went to school, they have school members. So every day you and I are going out into the world, and we are interacting with people who, you know, we don't know, are going through, like, one of the hardest times in their life, because they've lost somebody. And it's just, so anyway, just be nice to each other,